Alright, so we got the Batman 1966 classic TV series Batman and Robin set. This is through DC Comics. I don't know if it's DCD or DC whatever, but yeah, it's from the it's from Mattel, and it's its own little line. These are the first two figures I've gotten, and the first two I've seen actually. I know they're also releasing a Joker and Catwoman and Penguin and Riddler. There's also the Surf's Up Batman, where he's wearing yellow trunks and has a surfboard. And then if you're at Comic-Con or got on the Matty Collector website either before Comic-Con or they had the pre-orders today, which were extended, not pre-orders, but post-Comic-Con orders. You could have ordered a Bat-2C Batman. You know, the Bat-2C Batman, whatever. And also, that's for that. Today was for, and this today is August 2nd. Today is for subholders, early access. If there's any left, they'll be sold again to the general public. Hopefully, I'll air this before Monday. But from 9 Pacific until, I don't know if it's noon or 1 Pacific, they're going to have a sale. I think it's only 4 hours. I'm not sure. But starting 9 o'clock Monday morning, August 5th, you'll be able to order this from the MattyCollector.com website for, not this, but the Bat-2C set. I'm sorry, the Bat-2C set. But anyway, yeah, this is kind of neat. It was cheaper to get the 2-pack than individual figures. I almost hate to open it up, so we'll see how that goes. I feel any better once I actually get this thing open. But right now, they look pretty cool in the packaging. They got the whole wall scaling gimmick on there, you know, the whole thing. So it's kind of neat. Box is pretty cool. Has like some animation on the back, which I think this is an original design. I don't think this is taken. I mean, it almost looks like the late 60s, early 70s Batman cartoon design. But it's been redrawn, so it's not like a direct copy. And then, of course, yeah, on the back it shows Surf's Up Batman, Catwoman, Penguin, Riddler, Joker, and Batman. All those will be individually packaged. So far, this is the third item available for the Batman 1966 series. The first two being the San Diego Comic-Con Bat-2C set, and then the second item being the $60 action figure scaled 1966 Batmobile available through Entertainment Earth, and will also be available at Toys R Us and probably ToysRUs.com. But it's like $60, so that's like the only reason I'm getting these guys is because I know I'm going to get that Batmobile. So we'll see how that goes. I haven't ordered it. I'll wait till I see it in stores. I saw it at the con, and I was like, I'll wait. This is coming out in retail. I don't need it right now. But it's pretty big. So we'll get these guys cracked out of the packaging and check them out up close. Alrighty, so we got the figures out of the packaging, and we'll talk about the rest of the packaging real quick first before we get to the figures. They're down here right in front of this. But essentially you got a black, and it's just like those eco-friendly, biodegradable paper, twisted up paper-like ties. That's what your rope is. So it's not like a real accessory part of this. It's kind of weak, actually. It's cool because it's thick and it'll fit in their hands, but I'm not even going to remove it. I'm going to leave it just like it is, and then if I do end up storing these guys back in the packaging, I'll futz with it and make it look good. I'm not even going to remove the windows. I mean, it's purple. There's 2 foot pegs on there. Each figure has 2 peg holes in the feet. Each window opens up out this way, and it's not something I'm going to display. I mean, it does have a little hook thing right there. You could put like a nail on the wall and hang it on the nail, or from a piece of string or something like that, so you can hang it vertically, you know, so you can do the whole gimmick with them walking up the wall and all that. But unless I happen to get another set of these, which I'm not really anticipating, but if the price is right, who knows? I might even be able to just trade somebody for the base and get an extra base. But yeah, but the back, you know, it looks good. It looks good in the packaging. All this stuff does its job. Nothing super spectacular about the background in there. I would have liked to see more of a natural brick looking color instead of the purple and like lavender color this is. Which I can't remember for sure on the show. I was thinking on the show it was brick, but I may have just been spoiled by the little display they've had at Comic-Con before, where you could grab the rope and take a picture looking like you're walking up the building, when you know it's actually just laying flat. But anyway, this is okay. This part of the set, which you're buying it as a set, it's like a collector set. I think this is the only way you can get Robin. Some people will be buying this just to display. So this part as a collector set is about a 7. I think it could have been done a little bit better, but it does its job as a background. And that's enough about the Alright, so we got Batman and Robin out of the box. You can see pretty much everything that comes with it, aside from the base that looks like a wall with windows in it, but it's a base. The Batarang and all that. And there goes the Batman. We'll put him to the side. And then we're going to bring Robin up. And then we're going to drop in a new background. Look at that. The magic of movie making. Okay. Yeah, so here's Robin. Hopefully it's focusing well, so everybody can get a good look at the sculpt. The sculpt is a little soft on the face. The rest of the figure is fine, but the face sculpt seems a little soft. Seems like it could add a little more detail, maybe a little more hard edges around like the mask and the hair and everything. Possibly it could be like a painting thing, either the thickness, viscosity, or whatever the term is for how thick paint is applied. Maybe that's what the problem was. Seems like it's a little thick on the face. Could have been done a little bit better. Yeah, it looks good. I mean, I got these guys to go into the 1966 Batmobile. Basically just as just to sit in there. They weren't going to get posed anywhere else. I got the set because I think this is the only way you can get Robin. And I think this set is only available on Amazon, possibly Big Bad Toy Store, but I think it's only available on Amazon, like some kind of online retailer exclusive. There's not going to be a single-packed Robin that I'm aware of right now. Yeah. So other than that, we'll just look at his articulation real quick. He does have a standard ball joint, and he does have like all the standard DC Universe Classic style articulation, including a ball hinge shoulder, single point pivot. Well, of course, it's single point, but cut joint bicep, single point elbow. No gauntlet swivel, but there's a wrist swivel. He does have a ab crunch, which doesn't go forward very far at all. Just to stay in focus here. It goes forward only like, poof. Alright. Little ab twist. It does have the DC Universe Classic style hips there. It does have a, I'm going to call it a lower to mid-level thigh cut joint. Cut swivel, whatever. A single point elbow. I got email. And a single point pivot style ankle. Which is fine. I mean, you get him in like the running pose. You guys saw him there. He was running. Towards something, away from something, whatever. So, it poses all the ways you'd expect it to. Nothing amazing, but, better than a 5-point articulated figure. He does have wires in his cape, and I'll show you more detail on that with the Batman figure. And it's fine, except that you can't get like and you would expect with a wire frame cape, you get it to stick out. You can't. Like for the running pose and all that. No. It doesn't really work. You gotta hold it. You could like kind of fold it over and mess with it and some other stuff and maybe kind of get it to stay out, but it's not really working. I mean, it's good to get the cape shaped however you want it shaped and all that, but it's not really gonna stick straight out like I was hoping. It is cool. It has a cloth cape and all, but could have been done better, I think. And now I'll never be able to get it straightened out again. I do have some dynamic pose woes going on with this guy. His leg is kind of got a little bit of spaghetti going on, so I have to it's not too horrible. I've definitely seen worse, but I'll have to fix that. But yeah, I mean, he's still about I'll give him like an 8 point figure. One of the things that annoys me is they stuck the cape, they attached it to the plastic on the inside of the box using the little tag holder things, little retail tag holder things. So now there's holes in his cape, and those aren't going to go away. I mean, if you could take the cape off, you could possibly wash it and dry it in a very low heat cycle, and it might help the fibers draw back together and cover the hole up. But he's always going to have 2 holes in his cape because you can't take the cape off. So that kind of sucks. So that really brings him down. I mean, he'd been a 10 point if the head sculpt had been a little bit more crisper. The cape had been to where you could put the cape straight back, like he's, when he's running, stick straight out, and the holes in there. That really knocks him down to about an 8 figure. 8-point figure. It is a nice realistic scale though. It's going to look really good with the Batmobile, which is primarily what I got it for, if I hadn't already said 5 times. Yeah. So let's bring out Batman. Alright. He's alright. Oh, another thing I didn't mention on Robin that I should have. It has a giant tag under the cape. Why? Nobody knows. It's not full of words. The font is huge on there. I can read it from like 10 feet away. Like I'm like 4 feet away now. 4 feet away now, and I can read it. And so that's not really necessary. This should have been like maybe like that size. I don't know what's going on there. He's got the same thing going on with his cape, and unfortunately my wire is already coming out. It was like that in the packaging. Like I could see it once I slid the background out, that his wire was poking out. But it'll show you it's a nice thick wire. It's the same kind that they use for the like the larger transformers when they tie them into the packaging. Not the recyclable twisted up paper things. This is like the old school wire covered in plastic, and it's kind of thick with knurled ends on there, so it doesn't poke through the stuff. Just the seam wasn't done very well in here. I'll have to mess with that and get it straight. But other than that, his head sculpt is pretty good. It looks like Adam West. It seems like the ears, though, are off just a little bit. Let me raise it up here because he is a little bit taller than Robin. The ears seem like they're off. Look at that tag. Seems like they should be a little bit longer, taller, whatever. Other than that, it's got the same articulation. Ball jointed head, ball swivel elbow, single point bicep, single point elbow, wrist swivel, ab crunch, and his goes forward a little bit more. Waist swivel. You get the DC Universe Classics. Nice hip joint there. You get the mid. Ooh, that was kind of soft. I was afraid I was going to twist his leg off there. I don't think I twisted his leg before. I think I used the other one earlier. That was close. I hate that feeling when you're twisting something and it's like, oh, this is coming off. That's what it felt like, but it's on there. So it's a nice size joint. What was I saying? Mid-level, lower-level thigh cut joint. Single point knee and a single point ankle knee pivot. The bat emblem on his belt buckle is really faint. So I'm not sure how prominent it was in the show. I'll have to look at some stills. He does have some warped leg stuff going on there too a little bit. You can't really tell so much on camera, but in hand. When you're trying to get him to stand up straight, he's got a little bit of spaghetti leg going on. And then the one accessory, aside from the base that it comes with, is the Batarang, which looks pretty good. It's a nice little tight sculpt. If we can get in focus here. It does have a hole for a string, so you could thread a string through the one part of it and have a string there. So if you wanted to have it going out to grapple something and then coming back to the string coming back to Batman, you could do that. But I would put any weight on it because it would probably pull right through the thin part of that hole. But yeah, that's pretty cool that they included it though. I don't know if the single pack has more stuff. I would hope so. But we'll have to look and see. Put the Batarang in his hand there. He can hold it either hand just as well, either way. And the same thing with him. I mean, his face sculpt, the actual face part is fine, but aside from the highlights on the cowl, the eyebrows and stuff, I don't know. It just seems like the face sculpt is a little soft. Now his midsection is supposed to be a little soft. We all know that, but it doesn't have near the wrinkles and stuff that the Robin does. So he's probably about an 8 also. Considering you're paying $32 for the set, the fact that they're making it exclusive, this is the only way you can get Robin is in a 2-pack, that kind of sucks. So that's actually going to bring the set down. I mean, they give you a purple building, they give you a soft sculpt-headed Robin, they give you capes that you can't stick straight back. Even though they went to the trouble of putting wire in there, you still can't get full posability. And even the one real reason of putting wire in the cape would be to like make it stick straight out or go where you want it to. I mean, now you can kind of make it curl under and stuff. But this is probably like the one rare review where actually the total score I'm going to give it is less than the sum of its parts, because just as a whole, I mean, other than the price isn't bad. You're paying, I think I paid, was it $16 $49 and half a cent for each figure because it's $32.99 or however that rolls out, 40, 50, whatever the stupid decimal is to get rid of that half a penny short of $33. But yeah, it's you know, the price isn't bad, but it's like it could have been that much better, just that much better. So yeah, you know, I'm gonna go with a 7 for the set. You know, for the individual figures, it's an 8, but then just as a set, it's a 7. It could have been a better set, more accessories, and probably a little more thought out way of doing some stuff. Really would have brought this set up. I was really hoping for a good solid 9 out of this, but I mean, it's just okay. So there's my review for the 1966 Batman and Robin classic TV series figure set from Amazon. If you don't have a set, I would only get the set if you're going to use them just for the Batmobile. And of course, if you have to have the Robin, I do believe this is the only way you get it is in this 2-pack. And I do think the only way you can get the 2-pack is through Amazon. There may be other online retailers, and of course, always the crazy, stupid secondary market. So there you go. Hope you guys got some info and thought it was cool looking at these guys.